The South Carolina Department of Corrections has implemented a cutting-edge tool to effectively crack down on the use of contraband devices within prison walls. A video released by the South Carolina Department of Corrections shows an inmate at Lee County Correctional calling his cell phone service after his phone was disconnected for being a contraband device. I spoke with Brian Sterling, the director of the Department of Corrections, about how they were able to find this phone and shut it down.
We had to go and negotiate with the FCC on these phones, shutting them down, and with the industry, frankly. They came up with this idea of identifying the phones, finding the identifier, and denying service to those phones. So this phone that they were calling about, T-Mobile, was a phone at Lee Correctional. That's one of the 875 phones that has been disabled since July. They were calling T-Mobile to try to get that phone turned back on. As you can see, they were not successful.
The Department of Corrections has been working with the Federal Communications Commission on this pilot since July of 2023. Sterling said this program has been successful in shutting down over 875 phones at Lee Corrections. And with the success, another pilot is expected to start at a different prison, and a third is also in the works.
When people come to prison, they don't need to be continuing their criminal ways from behind bars. And that's exactly what the cell phone device allows them to do.
Officials with the Department of Corrections say South Carolina is the first in the country to utilize the FCC to identify contraband devices and jam the signal. Sterling is planning to extend this program to the 21 prisons across the state with viable funding.
I believe it's working, and I believe it so much that we went and asked for over $30 million in the budget this year from the legislature to do this at every prison in the state. Other states are doing it also, or they're looking to do it.
The South Carolina Department of Corrections will have hearings in the next coming months in the General Assembly to determine how much money will be funded to carry out this process across South Carolina.